Okay, so welcome to Being a Conscious Asshole training. Being a conscious asshole is a decision that I made not too long ago. And I feel so much joy that I made this decision to start this practice. And at first I was shocked at myself for making this decision, because I had this story, who on earth would want to consciously choose to be an asshole? Why? Why would someone want that? Assholes are triggering and annoying and make you have to look at these parts of yourself that you might not want to. And when I was in Germany delivering a menu in person, this is what an older woman said to me. That's what she said an asshole was to me. And I was like, yes, that's exactly what an asshole is. And the unconscious asshole, what she was describing, and that was the picture that I had of what it was. And yet those same attributes of triggering something in someone and making them look at parts of themselves that they feel scared to, and that you might be annoying, that I might be annoying, like a pain in someone's side, because I care so much about them that I will not give up on them by saying these things that might make them explode or freak out. And it's about the purpose. So it's a very nuanced territory to be in, because it's so easy to slip into being an unconscious asshole. And there's something about the sharpness of the execution and keeping an attention on where is the clarity that you're delivering to this person that you are so on their team to. Where is that clarity coming from? What part of you is that coming from? So if you're wanting to take revenge or rip them apart, or destroy them, that is totally unconscious asshole. And I have done that before. I have wanted to destroy people because I've been so angry at them, so triggered by them. And so this is really dangerous work, to really notice what part of you is sharing your clarity and staying connected with their being in it, and being so committed to them that you will not give up on them. And that's where the fear comes in. There is a huge amount of fear, because often it's saying that thing that you don't want to say, the thing you're most scared to say, that because you love them, because you don't want to see them in pain, you don't want to see them in a liquid state or deep in an emotion and maybe fall apart. And so it's about being with them while they fall apart in service of their evolution. That is what is being a conscious asshole. So as we enter this dangerous territory together today, this practice, I want to just, for my own practice as a space holder, I am going to do a couple of, in addition to having set the context, I just want to note the rules of the space. So it's, don't hurt yourself, don't hurt anyone else, or get arrested. Whoever has background noise, please mute yourself now. And I want everyone to take a moment to center, ground, and bubble, to really make sure you're landed in the space. Can you raise your hand if you need any support or clarity about doing this? This is very important for today's practice. Okay, so please do so now. Take a moment to center, ground, and bubble. And as you're doing it, state into the space with your voice the color of your grounding cord.
Gold, orange,
Bright pink.
Blue.
White.
Yellow. Green.
Thank you.
Green.
There is one more thing that is important before we begin today, which is say hello to your gremlin. Say hello to your gremlin and open a brief conversation with your gremlin. And the conversation goes something like this. Hello, gremlin. You can say it now as I open it for you.
Hello, Gremlin.
Hello, Kendra.
Hello,
Gremlin.
Gremlin.
hello, self-righteous.
Oi, Mike.
Gael.
We are venturing into dangerous territory today, and I need you on my team.
A gente vai entrar no
Estamos
entrando
entrando
em um território perigoso
You're
hoje.
entering
Necessito
dangerous
preciso de
territory
você do
today,
meu lado.
and I
E
need
mi
you on
equipo,
my
te
team,
necesito
self-righteous
aqui a mi
father.
lado.
So you are going to sit and point to where it's going to sit right next to me throughout this
Aqui.
entire practice.
Então, eu preciso que você sente aqui do meu lado
Right
Here on the left side.
toda essa sessão inteira.
During this entire practice.
And I also invite you, if it speaks to you now, to give it a task to support this practice. If that's part of your relationship with your gremlin, you can give it a task to support today's practice as well, if you have one. Stay close to me.
Me das la información de escanear los demás gremlins.
Other
Me ajude a escanear o gremlin das outras pessoas e me
Catch-
manter, me ajudar a
catch
me manter
yourself.
não,
See
Catch yourself
não
in the space.
enganchável.
gremlins on the space. Check it.
Avísame antes de
Check
que
the other
actúes de
gremlins,
cualquier
please.
cosa.
Go.
Estar aqui do meu lado.
Catch
yourself y me lo dices. Me
There's
informas a mí.
Notice
Or-
one. And just
Let's go to B.
Does anyone need anything to be supported further after this opening portion of today's session? Does anyone need anything for this preparation we've just laid?
I didn't give my gremlin a task. I've never done that before.
Yes. Okay, it's not required. So
Okay.
it's really if that's available to you, and
Alright.
and my proposal that now is not to explore that part of your relationship with your gremlin right now if you don't already have it.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Robert. Okay,
I have a question that is logistical.
go.
I scheduled an hour for this meeting. Do you have resistance to me leaving from when we started an hour?
No, I don't have resistance, and my request is that you formally check out with the group and or by yourself, so you energetically close your participation in this space somehow when you leave.
I have, yes.
Thank you, Maria. Okay. So my proposal is to do over. We're going to start with, everyone is going to share your name, because pretty much everyone here knows each other, but not everyone. So just share your name and one sentence about how you hold back your clarity. And it can be how it works or how you feel about it. It's just how are you blocking your clarity from coming through?
My
Go.
name is Tamara. I'm connecting from Portugal right now, and one of the ways that I hold back my clarity is that I have a tendency to doubt when to speak, and I allow that to exist in the space rather than speaking. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Magé, Amanda Magé, and I'm in Florianópolis in Brazil. And the way that I hold back my clarity is that the fear goes in the front of the clarity, and the fear of losing people. So sometimes I don't speak what I see or what I recognize because I'm afraid that people will just walk away. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Ana Paula, and I'm in Portugal. The way I hold back my clarity is usually I talk too much. I don't go directly. I say lots of things, go instead of going direct because I feel fear that people get hurt or something if I say what I want or what I'm seeing. So I round and round and round.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
My name's Devin. I'm currently located at the Magic Cow Bridge House in New York, upstate New York. And one of the ways I hold back my clarity is waiting for elegance. So if I can't say something elegantly or something like that, then I just won't say anything at all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
My name is Luciana. I'm speaking from São Paulo, Brazil. And one of the ways I hold back my clarity is procrastinating an answer. When I want to say no, I feel fear to set a boundary and I procrastinate to give an answer.
Thank you.
Thank you, Luciana.
Thank you.
Thank you, Luciana.
Thank you.
My name is Maria, and I'm in Guadalajara, Mexico. And the way I block my clarity is by limiting it to other people's or my own understanding. And so, yeah, the fear of not understanding blocks the clarity from being there and being expressed.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you.
My name is Laura, and I'm calling from Chuckleberry community in Canada. And one way I hold back my clarity is I don't want to be with the aftermath, because sometimes I make myself responsible for another person's trigger or their feelings. And I don't want to be with that. So I'll avoid sometimes bringing my clarity.
I'm Robert. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. I don't think I gave time. I'm Robert. I'm in Miami, and I've heard some of the same ways in some of you that I'll limit my clarity. But what I wrote down was a fear of getting it wrong or being rejected, and I associate rejection with getting it wrong. So I just won't bring the clarity at all.
Thank you, Robert. And I request that you do a do-over where you just go directly to the thing that you do. Just how do you block your clarity without the introduction of hearing what other people are saying? How do you block your clarity? Will you deliver it again directly?
When I think that I'm gonna get something wrong or I'll be rejected, which can be interpreted as getting it wrong. Did I do something wrong? I just don't bring clarity instead to avoid the rejection.
Thank you.
You.
I'm Beth, and I block my clarity by living in my mental body a lot and kind of going into fantasy and yeah, trying to like get out of the situation in my own mind so that I don't have to express my clarity and have clarity for myself. And it comes from like an insecurity and fear around being left, being rejected, or being seen as stupid. Thank you.
Thank you, Beth.
Thank you, Beth.
Thank you, Beth.
Has anyone not shared yet? Okay, I will also share. I block my own clarity because I block my own clarity because I have such a fear that people will hate me and leave me and think I'm just so mean and I don't care about them. And so I don't want to say what I see. So I just don't speak. I just don't say it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jacqueline.
Thank you.
So I heard a lot of things about fear and rejection or avoidance and yeah, there's a lot of fear present that I sense, and so I want to do an exercise where we can start to go into the fear, and the exercise is just actually diving right into practicing being a conscious asshole and kind of getting your X on the map of where you're at without knowing how it goes, which your fear levels may be rising right now, and yay. So the proposal is we'll be in triads, in groups of 3. And again, really check that your gremlin is on a leash, and there will be the possibilitator, the person who's speaking, there will be the receiving person, and then there will be the coach. And yeah, and so how it's going to go is the person who is speaking, the possibilitator, is going to scan the person in front of them. We're going to go right to it. Scan the person in front of them and deliver to them how they are keeping themselves, tell them how they are blocking their clarity. And you're going to do this by channeling the conscious asshole. So channeling, just a little more context. So channeling the conscious asshole, it's not just using your anger. And you might use something like it doesn't have to be a high level of anger. So anywhere I would say between like 10 and 25% anger. And so notice for yourself, you can calibrate. You might need a little more or less depending on your relationship with anger to really nail it. And there's no being nice. So you're going to go right in, you're going to scan the person, and you're going to speak right into them with this anger. And then there's also this edginess. It's like the edge of the sword. So it's not like there's like a fierceness. It's like unforgiving. There's no softening. There's no softening of this delivery. It's just full out. So that's not yelling at them. It's just, there's no cushion. There's no cushion. There's no holding. There's no rescuing. It's just deliver it like in the smallest now. There is no future. It's just deliver it. And then I will give you times and we'll switch. So we'll go for 3 minutes each. We'll keep it short to begin. So you give 3 minutes each. And then we'll have 2 minutes for coaching and feedback. And then we'll go another 3 minutes for the same person to integrate the coaching and feedback. And then we'll switch to the next. So doing the math, it's 6, 7, 8 minutes in total per person. So 8 minutes per person, and then we'll go to the next. Any questions?
Will you be keeping time for that, or will we keep it within the group? Maybe you said that and I missed it. But...
Thank you for the question. I will keep time, and let me check one thing. 1, 2, 3, 6. So we have 10.
10.
Yeah. So I think what I'm going to propose is there's going to be a group of 3, a group of 3. There's going to be 3 groups of 3 and a group of 2. And I propose that I stay with you, Robert. As everyone else here is a trainer, and yeah, that's my proposal. So I will give you guys, actually, yeah, you know what? No, time yourselves. That will be a lot easier. Time yourselves. So 3 minutes, go, 2 minutes coaching feedback, 3 minutes, go again, and then switch to the next person. And then 8 times 3 is 24. So see you in about 24 minutes, maybe 30, and I'll bring you back in. So I'm going to make the breakout rooms right now.
I have another question.
Go.
As a speaker, what is the purpose of my communication when I'm channeling the conscious asshole?
Thank you. It is to cut through, to break the person, to break through the blocks, to help the person see the blocks very clearly. What is holding them back from stepping into their full, delivering their clarity. So break any illusions that this person is holding onto that keep them from delivering their full clarity.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question. And I
have a question.
Yes, go.
Are we talking from an I perspective? Like what I would like a little bit of a format. Do I say I see this, or am I saying you do this?
I'm not going to answer that.
Okay.
This is your research as well to see how it goes. And so, and we'll report back on what works. And I need help. And the help that I need is I cannot find where I make the breakout rooms. And can someone help me who's done this before? Because I have done it only once and I need help. Can someone help me? You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Thank you. At the bottom of your screen, all the way on the right side, there should be, I don't have it on mine, but I think it's 4 squares. And if you click it, it should open up to a breakout room space.
Yeah, I am not seeing this. And I do have a paid version of this. So I don't know why I'm not seeing it.
Another possibility is if you click on participants.
Yes.
And then
Yes,
something
more.
Yeah, but here you don't have that option to.
Weird. I don't
see.
know why I don't see it. Okay,
It may be that you have to manually activate it in your Zoom account on the web. Some of these things you do have to do that for now. So that would be my guess. And you
okay,
can't do that. You can't do that while the meeting's running.
okay. So I want to keep things rolling. So I'm gonna shift and go. So the shift is going to be that we're not gonna break out individually, and we're gonna practice here together.
Yes.
Improvising, great. Okay, so the shift that's coming, if we're gonna stay together, is, thank you for the question, Beth, which is making this into a research space and see what works and what doesn't work. So what I'd like to do is actually have a pair be up. So 2 people will be up. And you'll do the same exercise, but in this case, we'll have a lot of coaches and people around. So we're gonna extend it. So it'll basically, not everyone necessarily will go because of the shift. But we're gonna go and practice. So can you raise your hand if you are particularly eager to practice delivering your clarity as a conscious asshole? So that way we can make sure you go first. Will you raise your hand now? Tamara. Ana Paula. Anyone else? Beth. Okay. And Laura. Anyone else? Great. Okay. So, Ana Paula, I'm going to pair you for no reason. Tamara. Actually, I take that back. I'm going to pair you with Robert. So everyone else go on mute and I will time for 3 minutes. And I'll let you know when to stop and we'll give you coaching and feedback and you can go again. Any questions? Okay.
So I'm the space holder and I will go to Robert and say what he needs to do with his clarity.
Yeah, just cut through, break any illusions that are holding him back from delivering his clarity. No softening. Go. Starting now.
Robert, to bring your clarity, you need to focus on your customer, on the people that you're looking for. And you're not doing this because you're looking back. So I'm asking you to look at me, please, in order to receive and also to talk. Because if you're hiding yourself, you're not delivering your being to the others. And you also need to smile and use your joy to deliver what you want to deliver. Because your being has that in you. With your joy, you can create a space where you bring your fear, your anger, and your sadness. And you are doing it again. You're not looking at me. So I see something happening with you, and I don't know what it is. And to bring your clarity, you need to be centered. You need to put your gremlin on the leash. Always. And breathe. Just breathe and be present here with me. Or specifically with the person that you're looking for. And also, you can use your fear to connect with you and with all the bullshit and the stories that you have and put it in a black hole because they don't exist in the present moment. You can go with the unknown and use your sadness to connect with the other and what the other needs to hear in that specific moment. Because when you connect and you use your sadness, all the magic of that fear can happen. And you can also use your third eye, not your physical eyes, but other eyes that you have to connect with the person, with all 5 bodies.
Time is up.
And you know,
Coach feedback, 2 minutes from everyone. Go. More anger,
Nepal.
like at least triple the anger. Maybe 2 times as much the anger.
I have a piece for Ana Paula. I noticed that you were using a lot of parenting voice as you need, you have to, and telling him what to do instead of telling him what you notice. That could allow him to see more.
One thing is that throughout it's dark. It's dark wherever he is. So you didn't say anything about him illuminating himself. Be a huge thing to see him better. And the other is about speaking into his potential. So you said a lot about what's not happening, but you didn't say much about what's possible. So try invoking the thing that you know is possible. And
You did say something about smiling and bringing light. I will just say that I felt I think that was something that was encouraging me to lighten up.
One coaching point could be
Picking up, Beth.
some
Yeah. Beth,
will you mute her, Jacqueline?
she is
I don't
muted.
think she. Okay.
time in the beginning to do the scanning.
Okay. Beth, you were breaking up a bunch and you seem more settled now, but yeah, okay. Okay, I propose we keep it rolling. So we're gonna go again for another 3 minutes. And go, Ana Paula.
Robert, I see you as a wonderful, wonderful being who wants to connect with people. And you can use your smile, because you have a wonderful smile, to do that. And you can also disconnect or put your fear, not this, no, do it again. You can use your fear as a way to create magic in the space. How you can do that? You can connect with people and checking what they need in that moment. Like I'm doing right now, because I don't know you, but I'm connecting with you in somehow, and I'm with lots of fear because I don't know nothing what I need to do, but I'm doing it. So I'm using my anger to talk to you, and my clarity, it comes from I don't know where, but I'm saying exactly what I need to do to in order to connect and to let you say or let you be the best thing that you can be in the specific moment. So you also can do that because your being knows how to do that. You have those eyes who can connect with other people and checking what they need. And so you don't need to use that fear, oh, they don't love me, or I will be rejected. No, you use your anger because your anger gives them the space and the clarity that they need to hear, because you can transform their lives when you say something that can be better for them. So my proposal is that you can simply being yourself, simply go to a space of of not knowing, but being there and interact with all human beings. And you're doing it again. You're doing putting your eyes down. So my proposal is that you keep always looking at the other person.
Taking notes.
Yes, you can take notes because that. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Before we switch to the next person, any further coaching for Ana Paula? And I'm going to go first because I have a couple of things that are burning. One is the smiling. You smiled a lot while you were delivering it, and it made it nice. It was nice. It was the smiling softened it. And you also were saying you can a lot in the beginning, and just say, just do this, do that. Not in a parenting way, just deliver it directly without you can do this, or you should be like this. Just speak your mind, dress like this, look at people directly, just direct, just say the thing. Anyone else?
It looked to me, Anna, that you were sometimes delivering an image of how Robert could be, and it wasn't landing deeply in him. So the coach would be to deliver it in a way that it's not just an idea or an image, but it's something that Robert can open to right now in this moment. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, we shift to the next person. Tamar, are you speaking? You're on mute.
I have to take 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay. So, Beth, you will be up next. Do you have a good connection to deliver this?
Let's check, because I am where I am and I can't go anywhere else. Can you hear me?
Yes, and your face
Yes.
is frozen though now. Feel some fear about it.
I also feel fear about it.
So I'm gonna shift to Laura, and I want to keep going with the others, and then we'll see how the time is, and if it works, then we'll try with you. How does that? That's what we'll do.
Yes.
Okay. Laura, you're up next, and you will give feedback to Maria. You will deliver your clarity, I will say, to Maria about breaking through any illusions about how she is holding back from delivering her own clarity. And I will time you for 3 minutes, starting. Maria, are you ready? Okay, and you're on mute. I don't know if you want to stay on mute or not, but you are on mute.
Thank you. Yes, I'm ready.
Go.
Maria, so you are already delivering a lot of your clarity, and there's still so much more that is available to you. You still have so much in you that you're not yet bringing. And it looks like you stay sometimes in this somewhat comfortable state that's maybe familiar to you, because you have clarity, you can show up, you can speak, and you know that space, and that's somewhat comfortable for you, and in that you're holding back more of your like non-linear clarity, your non-linear power, and not taking more like bolder moves or more radical stands, or like bringing of your clarity into this space. Yeah. You have this power in you to really break through like survival strategies in this space, to really break through, to be this non-linear, clear, powerful force, and you're not doing that yet. You're holding back, and that might take, like I said, taking risks, doing things you haven't done before, saying things you haven't said before, not knowing what you're going to say before you say it. Doesn't want to change, that wants to stay in what's known and what's comfortable for you. Stay in how you know how it goes. And to really step more into your power and in the bringing of your clarity, it means not knowing how it goes. Breaking. And it's like, it looks like you have this kind of somewhat rigid structure that you hold yourself in. You are this powerful force already, and this clear possibilitator, and it's somewhat rigid, and in that yeah.
Thank you, Laura.
Feedback and coaching for Laura, go. Laura, I want to see how you're pissed off. Like, how could Maria not be doing these things? Like, so angry how she's holding back all of this. I felt like you were delivering to her non-material value or something. It was like appreciating her being, or this. I want, like, how could you not fucking be doing this?
Thank you.
Yes, more anger. Your level of anger was too low. Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Feedback and coaching.
You're muted, Tamara.
From what I heard, I could sense and hear a lot of clarity, and also the care that you are delivering. And what could land better or more profoundly is more intensity of rage. And I think that has been done, but I wanted to say that it was clear what you're saying, that is coming from a place of care.
Thank you.
And Laura, the fear, the unconscious fear of the scare were making you use too much words. So it was a little bit confusing. The fear made a little bit confused your speaking.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. You're up again. Incorporate the feedback, Laura, and go.
Maria, so you are this incredible force of nature and you're holding so much back in this space. Like how can you be holding that back and not offering that to us more? Like, how is it that you're staying in this comfortable, familiar, even it's still small box? Like, how is it that you're doing that, Maria? You're here showing up in this space, growing as a possibility manager, this powerful being in the world. And how is it that you're still holding back, that you're not showing up, that you're not bringing it in these radical, really fierce ways, in ways that haven't been done before? And I'm angry that you're not taking those bold stands for yourself and for this space and for others. I'm angry that you still like it's in a way it's not enough. You've done work and you've uncovered a lot, and it's still, there's so much more in you, there's so much more, and I'm angry that is just kept in you, that we don't get to see that. You're like, Maria, you're so fucking big, you're huge, you're gigantic, and you have the power in you to break down, like to break through mountains, and it's this explosive energy in a way that's serving this earth and serving evolution, and you have that in you, and it's there, and it's ready to be unleashed on the world. And I'm angry that you're holding it, that you still hold it, that you still doubt yourself or doubt that you have that capacity to be that big in the world. And you're still doing it. You're still holding yourself in this structure that you've got yourself in. You're still doing it, and you're just so much bigger than what you think that you are or what you've seen. Maria, you're fucking huge. Like, you have so much life force energy in you, and it's not as it's just, it's uncontainable. It's vast, and it's just there, and it can offer so much, and it's not a force that's to be contained.
Time is
to be held in structure.
Thank you, Laura.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh.
Okay, Tamara, you next.
I will be right back.
Good timing, Devin. So Tamara, you will not be giving feedback to Devin. You will give feedback to Majer. Okay, putting 3 minutes on the clock. And go.
Hello, Majer. What I see in you is someone who, your spirit is on fire. And then you have this mask on top of your fire. And you're putting all of these things of a good girl in front of your actual being. And this stuff is not vibing for the space. In general, you as a possibilitator, I invite you to break through this crazy masks that you're wearing. I don't know if it's for your father or for your mother or for life or for your schools, teachers. I don't know who it's for. Would you ask yourself who you're putting on these masks for? Because what the fire inside of you wants to speak is way more important than the mask that you're wearing. And all of these people, including myself, need you. I need you here. I need you on my team. And I don't know how to break through these masks that I sense in you. This mask that is telling me that you're a good person in the background. Someday you will speak. I can't use that. Guy, I can't use that. We don't know what to do with that. Will you break through these masks? And this, it's not about friendship. It's not for me. This is a bigger thing. It's something that I'm also learning, and I can't be your friend. I can't be your sister. We need to be collaborators for the emergence of this next culture that is actually caring for Gaia. I feel angry that we need to be in urgency and that we're wearing masks. And I urge you, please think about it, feel it. Feel to take off these masks for us to do something together in collaboration. And you sitting in the background is not going to help. You just staying quiet. I know you have so much to say. I know you come from places that a lot of us need to hear about. A lot of us need to really know what you're bringing.
Thank you, Tamara.
Thank you, Major.
2 minutes, coaching and feedback for Tamara.
Tamara, you were still being nice towards this, like in the second half of your delivery. And my coach needs to bring even more rage, like rage, bring that forward more. Thank you.
Thank you.
And there's something about how it's delivered where in this particular context, it was like you were sort of painting this picture for her of like this kind of grander vision. And it's really like just targeting like the specific things that like you see her doing that's blocking her, and not as part of, you know, it can touch on the grander vision, but really like how is she blocking herself? Because you see it very clearly. Like give her the roadmap or the things.
Yes.
Yeah, sharpness. And
Beth, you're breaking up again. Okay. Yeah. Beth, you're breaking up again. Okay. Anything else from the team?
I have a little fear of sharing this, but at one point I just hear you say, these people need you, and you make it, I don't know, making about other people is what you need to do. You need to make it about her, and like how can she be the best version of her, and how like what does she need to do specifically, and that it will help other people, but make it about what she can change.
Okay, time is up.
Thank you.
Mara.
I will leave this space now. Thank you, everyone. This was awakening. Thank you, Jacqueline.
Bye, Maria.
Thank you, Maria.
Bye, Maria.
Memory.
Okay, Tamara, incorporate the feedback and go.
Major, I see you in some spaces here, and I feel angry that I don't hear more of you, that I don't hear your perspective as a woman. And I don't understand what is going on. And will you bring that to the space? Will you bring even your assholeness to the space, even if you're messy? I want to see you. I want to see what your heart is coming with. And I can't deal with your silence. It's deafening to hear silence from you. I want to hear your voice. I know you have so much to say. I know that because you've been in several spaces, I know that you're someone who is seeking to really bring change. And I urge you to speak. I urge you to just even make a mess and just create whatever. And then learn. And because I want to hear your voice. I want to hear your power, the power that you're stuffing down somehow with conditionings that you don't need. And I don't know what you're acting for, what this act of good girl is about. I don't know what it is about. And I don't really care about it. What I need from you is your voice and your stance. I want to hear what you stand for. And I want to hear more of you in all the spaces that I meet you, because I want to collaborate with you. And your presence, it's not about being in the background. It's not about staying quiet and just listening. If you're afraid, say it. If you're sad, bring it. If you're angry, that's even more welcome. Yes, I want to hear you. I care about what you want to say, but I don't care about your silence or why you stay quiet. I don't care about who you're serving with that silence anymore. Will you speak up in this space? Thank you. And I want to say, this is really hard, but I care. And yeah, I don't want to see you in the background. You're not designed to be in the background. You're not designed to stay quiet as a woman. You're here to bring your fire, to bring your light. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tamara.
Thank you.
Anything else for Tamara before we shift? Okay, so Beth, my fear tells me that it's not going to work if you go. And I feel sad about it. And my proposal is that you don't go in this space, or my request, you're not going to go. And that leaves Devin and Luciana, who have not either received or given the practice giving their clarity. Which of you would like to give clarity? Will you raise your hand now? Do over. Raise your hand now.
I would go. I would go. I've done this a lot, and I'm glad to do it again. Luciana, do you want to do this?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so Luciana, you are going to use your clarity and your anger to deliver to Devin, cutting through illusions that block him from delivering his clarity? What just happened? What did I
No,
miss?
no, sorry. I understood that he was going to deliver his clarity.
Ah. Devin, will you clarify?
That was not my offer. It was saying,
okay.
I've done this a lot. Do you want to do this with me?
Yep.
Meaning
Uh,
you do the
Not
clarity
to-
delivering.
Instead of saying this, will you say, what is this? So she
Will
gets,
you deliver clarity,
thank you.
Luciana?
I rather not do this.
Okay.
I feel angry, Luciana, that Devin is here offering you this opportunity. Have you done this before?
No, I haven't.
What was your purpose for showing up here today? What was your purpose for showing up here today, Luciana?
Participating and see like how it's like how is the work talk.
Yes, and I'm gonna deliver clarity right now. I see you, I feel fucking angry that I see you backing off of a beautiful opportunity to not only participate, but to hone your capacity to deliver your own clarity. And you showed up here to practice, to participate. There's a lot of people who didn't show up, but you showed up specifically to conscious asshole training. And you're giving
Okay.
opportunity and you're not taking it. And you're playing small and you're playing safe. What's going on?
Okay, you take this opportunity.
Go.
Yeah.
Yay. Luciana, you will deliver your clarity to Devin to break through any illusions that he's carrying that blocks him from delivering his clarity. You have 3 minutes. Go.
Devin, I see a huge being in you. But I see somehow a sadness and something that doesn't make you connect and live fully your life. Because you are this huge person and you know a lot, but you just stay like in your comfort, I mean your own circle, and you can expand this to the world. You can expand this to other people. So I feel that you can use your sadness to connect with your intuition and to connect with your archetypal lineage. And you can use it to connect with other people, to help other people. And there are a lot of people that need your help, that wants to connect with you truly, and not just stay inside like the possibility management context. You can expand to the world that your mage skills. Because there are like no good or bad. So you can use that to break through, you know, to break through boxes and connecting with people. Fully connect. I don't know that.
Time is up.
Okay.
2 minutes, feedback and coaching for Luciana.
Luciana, it seems that you're seeing the first layer of the blockings and why he's not delivering. But there's more, like what is the next layer, the second and the third layer? So you need more anger and more conscious fear, so you can not stop in the first layer. Going more in the unknown. Scan him and see where he's blocking his clarity, how he's blocking his clarity.
Okay.
And then don't know, so just open to see the next layers. Yeah.
Thank you, Maji.
And you're also saying this in a kind way, so use more anger to express exactly what you want to say. And for example, you talked about the sadness and how we can connect with that. And I seem that resonates with Devin, but go deeper and say more specifically how we can do that, but with anger.
I see like a fear to be angry.
Yeah.
Really hone in on the anger and lead with it.
Anything else? Yeah, similar to Laura, just get angry. Like, how could he not be doing this? Like, how could it be? Okay. On the clock again for 3 minutes, incorporate the feedback, Luciana, and go.
Devin, I see a huge being inside you, but somehow I see you are like hiding yourself. I see even the space you are in now is like so small. It's like you needed to show this, you need to expand, you need to show yourself, you need to connect, real connect with other beings. You need to live fully, not just stay like in this alchemic world, you know. You need to express yourself. I see a lot of fear, a fear to have real intimacy and real connection, like really social connections. And I urge you to move, to talk to people, to expand, to let this life, this force circulates, and to because I think there's a sadness in you, and this sadness will just make you stay closed in a virtual place. You can use your sadness to connect with people.
Time's up. Thank you.
You.
Thank you.
So we have a little bit of time left, and I saw a number of things come up for people as far as emotions and feelings. I also got some insights myself, and suspect that other people maybe saw some insights from this research space that we shared together. So I propose what we're going to do now is move into kind of a long kind of sharing checkout space for about 15 minutes, and I'd really particularly like to hear two things, and anything is welcome, but the two things are really what came up for you in having to do this emotionally, otherwise, blocks, stories, anything, just what came up, and then any insights you got from what you noticed. And we go popcorn style, so share with your impulse. And thank you all for going. The space is open now for sharing.
As receiving the clarity, I felt like Tamara was like shaking me. Like if she was in person, she was like, ugh. But with so much love and being by my side. So I felt how much I miss this energy of shaking. Like sometimes I'm looking for this energy and I don't know where can I get. And so I'm going to some places and do some stuff I'm looking for this shaking, this energy, and made me feel I felt joy, and I felt gratitude for her doing this with me. And I felt sad also for seeing what I'm doing to hold, and for seeing that I'm not showing myself with my sisters and with people, and I'm not occupying my chair, my space in the front line. So I felt sad, but very glad of he receiving it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Maja, because and I just swelled up with gratitude and sadness at the same time, because I fear my anger sometimes of going too much. And I'm really glad that it came through with love to you, and because that was the intention, and that's my practice at the moment, to bring it into my heart, from my heart and from my center, and not from my head and resentment. So that's been my path. And I was still in a little bit of fear of hurting. So thank you for the feedback, and to everyone, and for Jacqueline to holding this space.
Come on.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tamara.
Thank you, Tamara.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll go. I was with fear because this was the first experiment for me doing this. So in fact, I didn't know how to do it. And being the first, I was feel even with more fear. But for me, it was really interesting to go with the unknown because there is a thing that I want to practice more. So I'm really glad because I've done this. And and yes, this is a thing that I'll go to do. I'm going to do more because it's really fun to express and to say things without stories and just connecting with the person that is in front of us, and yes, and say exactly what needs to be done, what needs to be said, and without stories. Yeah, so it's yeah, it's a big thing for me. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Ana Paula.
Thank you, Ana Paula.
I noticed when I was delivering to Maria that I was also speaking to my own necessity, that I also have this longing to be unleashed and to not be in these rigid structures. And I noticed how I have these ideas about how it should go here or how I need to show up. And in that I'm putting myself in this like in a suit. And by delivering that to Maria, I noticed more of me was coming out by kind of recognizing that in her and being angry about it. I was being also angry about my own ways that I hold back my clarity or myself. And so I really, yeah, it was powerful. Glad about it and also feel a lot of fear about it. Just feel so much fear about being alive and about being bold and unfiltered. And just feel really glad to have a space to explore that more and to step up more and show up more. Thank you, Jacqueline, and thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
I felt fear because this was my first experiment doing this, and I felt fear of making it up. I wasn't sure if I was like I said what I was sensing, but I felt fear of starting to make up stories just to deliver something.
Thank you, Luciana.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What came up for me was how much I need this. It's kind of why I joined in the first place, but just as I was seeing it play out, and the potential it had, and just I feel like what everyone said between the first chance and the second chance, the words didn't change much, but the delivery changed everything in a way where it really like when intensity was brought up, it really made a world of difference. And so that's, I guess, my number one insight is the tone, intensity, and energy. It's not enough to bring the right emotion. You have to channel it correctly, and the precision makes all the difference. So thank you guys.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One of the things I was paying attention to today is just the shift from what do you call it, the way that speaking in this way with people or being spoken to in this way, that it really slices through pleasantness, something like being pleasant or being friendly, something like that. And for me, just paying attention to the resistances in my own box to living in that, or to doing something like, I like to do that for a little while, but then it's so just paying attention to, there's something in me that would continue to resist, even no matter how much I put myself into spaces like this, would resist experiencing it, or resist sourcing such a space, such a level of realness, or rawness, something like that.
Thank you, Devin.
Thank you, Devin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you hear me clearly or am I breaking up?
You are
We
clear.
can hear you.
Okay, I feel sad that I didn't get to participate, but I will make a space to practice this for sure. One of the things that I noticed just as an observer and kind of watching that, a lot of times on the first go, there was still this like embedding it in compliments, like you're wonderful, and like they're like this needing to kind of cushion it in, you're so big, but you're playing small, you're so wonderful. And so just curiosity around that, like how to actually give the information in like a really clear way without needing to do that. And I see in my own self that it's like the low drama triangle within me that would keep me from doing that, like trying to rescue the person, or just my own kind of victim sadness of what it feels like for someone to pierce through sometimes. So that was just a couple observations I had from participating. Thank you.
You.
Thank you.
Thank you, Beth.
I noticed just how much fear comes up in stepping into the space of delivering, unfiltered clarity. So I really, that was just very palpable to me, like the fear level just immediately going up. And the other thing that was interesting, this thing of like, how could you not be doing this? It really somehow worked. I felt when I gave that coaching to Laura and Luciana, where it's almost like I'm so pissed off that like how are you not doing this? Like it's like almost like I'm offended somehow, and in an impersonal way. I'm impersonally offended by the fact that you could be like taking this gift away from the world. And there's something about that was just coming through, and it really worked. And it's like, it felt like I felt you get closer to being on the other person's team, that you're like offended on behalf of like Echo or the universe, that like you're keeping this thing hidden from the world. And something about that was landing in me. And one more thing is also just directness, not using as many words, not kind of dancing around the thing, not using any of the survival strategy, just really making it very like plain, just very plain and direct, with no frills, no smiles, no anything. It's just like, how pure and clear can it come through? That was also coming up for me. Yes. Okay. Thank you everyone for sharing.
Yeah.
And oh no.
One thing, I want to practice, and I want to know if there's 2 people available between now and next week, so we can practice one more round of this. So Beth and Luciana.
Go.
Yay.
Thank you. I will contact you. Thank you.
Yay. I love it. And so in the last few minutes before closing the space, I propose we have one more round of going around, and Major, you kind of kicked it off actually, which is, what's one next step or one practice, one thing you will do to work with this tool, this practice, somehow, and it, you know, make it brief. Just what's one thing you will take from this? What are you taking from this into your real life? Go.
I want to do this practice at the community that I'm living in. I will bring this practice to the community that I'm living in. That's a next step for me.
I will bring this practice to talk with my family and friends. Yes.
I will bring this practice to a commitment I have to a woman who's doing this practice, but not really in the house.
I will practice being really direct, no frills with my words when delivering my clarity.
Go
sorry.
ahead.
I'm going home to see my family, and I just made a really big mess right ahead of that. And it was because our relationship is really not working for me, and I'm going to use this practice with them directly to deliver the reasons why it's not working and what we can do to make it work.
I will continue using directness as a service and also bringing rage from my heart and my center, anchoring my rage there. So that's my practice, to continue doing that.
And then I will use more my sword instead of the mask. So when I catch myself being nice, I will switch to connect with the sword and bring clarity instead of the mask, even if I need to do over and speak again and do the thing again. Yeah.
I will continue to be practicing 333 Rage, and I will practice this with Meher and Luciana.
Who did not go?
I will continue my 3-3 practice because I had stopped, and I will use my anger to be more present and centered, and to give me energy. And I will also do the practice with Maji and Beth.
Okay. Everyone, thank you for joining this space with me and working with your fear and your rage and really showing up, being on each other's team in every sense of the word. I feel a lot of joy. Thank you. And I will see you in the next space.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Jacqueline.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jacqueline.
Team.
Thank
And
Bye.
you all.
Mm.